Please welcome John Strosahl.
Good morning, Jamf Nation. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you that are taking part by the live stream from around the world. Super glad that you could join us today. For those of you that are here in person, welcome to Denver and welcome to JNUC 2025. Let's hear it. We are thrilled to be in this tremendous city, bringing together the best community in tech. It's not just to connect and to collaborate and to learn from each other, but we may have a little fun along the way. JNUC is always for us at Jamf the highlight, and it's not just because of the energy and the ideas and the innovation, but it's where we learn the most. You bring to us real-world challenges, and you share your solutions to those, your creative solutions, and your future needs. And that's really what helps us shape what we're going to talk to you about today and for the rest of the week. And so thank you to Jamf Nation. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for your insight. Thank you for your passion and everything that you do to help organizations succeed with Apple. Now, as we've seen over the past few years, Apple has continued to gain momentum in the enterprise. In fact, Apple saw a 22% increase year over year as of Q2 2025. And as Apple adoption grows, so does the opportunity and the responsibility for us to manage and secure those devices at scale. And we don't take that responsibility lightly. I'm proud to say that today we serve over 75,000 organizations across 100 different countries, managing and securing over 30 million devices, from hospitals to schools, from banks to retail stores, from factories to airlines. We serve some of the most mission-critical environments in the world, representing over 65% of the Fortune 500. Now, for those of you that joined us in Nashville or tuned in online for JNUC 2024, we showed you how you could go further with Jamf and Apple. And going further was not just about giving you what you were asking for at the moment, but was giving you a complete solution that served the needs that you had today and tomorrow to make your jobs as administrators easier while enabling your end users to be more productive and secure. We introduced powerful capabilities like blueprints, compliance benchmarks, self-service plus, AI assistant, vulnerability management, and a lot more. And the feedback that you provided us was invaluable. It helped us shape what we're going to speak about today and for the rest of the week. And every one of those innovations was built to solve a very real challenge that you faced within your environment. You told us that you need tools to boost user productivity while also reducing the risk in an ever-evolving threat landscape. You need tools that are automated and efficient so that you all can operate at your best on a daily basis. And this is where the AI tools and AI is really a game changer. It takes automation a step further by adding intelligence and helping you analyze the data faster, identify the risks earlier, and resolve those issues before they spread. This means less time for you spent on repetitive tasks and more time spent having a real impact within your organizations. And our goal is to not only help you meet those needs and those outcomes, but exceed them. And that's why we're raising the bar once again and taking the Jamf platform to a higher level. So in the spirit of the Mile High City, Denver, Colorado, and the backdrop of these Rocky Mountains, this year we're inviting you to elevate with Jamf. Now, what does it mean to elevate with Jamf? To elevate is to raise and improve, and that's exactly what we're helping you do. It means reaching the full potential of your Apple environment and the capabilities that matter in the way that you need them to. It means leveraging a flexible and extensible platform powered by a rich API ecosystem with intelligent AI tools that integrate seamlessly into your tech stack. To elevate is to get the very best of Jamf and also the very best Apple experience for your organization. Now, our mission at JNUC this week is simple. It's to show you that you have everything you need to reach your Apple pinnacle. You already have the tools, you already have the platform, and all you need to do is turn it on. So it's going to be an incredible week. I'm excited to hear your feedback on what you see today and what you see for the rest of the week. But what better way to kick things off than to hear from Apple directly? So I want you to join me in a warm Jamf Nation welcome back to the JNUC stage, Mr. Jeremy Butcher.
Hey everybody, I'm super excited to be here. Thanks, John. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what we've been up to at Apple. I have 3 things to cover. Start with Mac, then we'll go to Apple Vision Pro, and then we'll end on iPhone and iPad. So with Mac, we just had our best June quarter ever in enterprise. And with Apple Silicon across the entire lineup, there's really a Mac for every use case. MacBook Air is now the world's most popular laptop for business, according to Canalys. We're super excited about the momentum that we're seeing in this space. Speaking of momentum, let's talk about healthcare. Emory University down in Atlanta, Georgia, just recently this year introduced their Hospital of the Future, powered by Apple. That means Macs, iPhones, iPads, even Apple Watch throughout the hospital. And we're super excited to see that and how it goes. Now, one of the use cases that we really needed to land in order to make this possible is the workstation on wheels, the WOW, that many of you in healthcare are very familiar with. This is a shared use case. You walk in, you log in, you do your work, you provide your care, and you go on your way. So how are we going to solve that on the Mac? Well, enter Platform SSO. This has been a solution that we've been developing for a number of years now. In its most recent iteration, we've taken it a step further and allowed it to help solve this shared use challenge. So the first thing we're doing out of the gate is we're registering in Setup Assistant. This means that the SSO extension gets installed on the device before you even exit the Setup Assistant, which means that personalization comes to the device very early on. But the second piece of this is that we match this up with guest mode to create this concept of an authenticated guest mode and a session that you have temporarily but fully backed by your IDP, meaning you have access to everything you need, and then the session goes away when you walk away. Now with Emory, we knew, as I mentioned, that they were going to have iPhone and Apple Watch as well, and so we took this a step further, and we looked to our badging capability, where you can actually use your phone or your watch to get access to physical locations. Just tap and you get in. We thought, how could we use this in a shared use case? And so we brought it to authenticated guest mode to bring tap to log into Mac, which means that you can walk up to your Mac that's in this authenticated guest mode, you tap your iPhone or your watch on an NFC reader, you log in a matter of seconds, and when you're done, you tap to log out. So really exciting, yeah, it's a fun feature. Really exciting use case, but we think it's going to extend much beyond healthcare, financial services, where you see hoteling and hot desking, higher ed, shared labs, all those different things. Really excited to see where this goes. So that's Mac. Let me talk a little bit about Apple Vision Pro. With visionOS 26, we introduced a whole new set of APIs specifically for enterprise developers so that customers can take all the advantage of the hardware and the software of Apple Vision Pro. And we're super excited about the momentum that we're seeing in this space with new use cases emerging almost daily. From flight simulation to product design, there's all sorts of stuff that's going on, but I want to focus on one use case, which is involving your customer and helping them experience your product with the immersive nature of Apple Vision Pro. What you see behind me is Porsche using Apple Vision Pro for press, influencer, and customer briefings of their latest technologies. Now, this use case is really interesting because it allows them to not have to ship cars all over the world and still have a really great experience. But it's also interesting in that they need to repeat this experience over and over with a different set of people, making sure that all the data that was there beforehand is removed for the next user. And so that's where something like return to service comes to play. We introduced this last year for iPhone and iPad. We're bringing it to Vision Pro this year. And what it does is it very quickly erases the device, brings it back to factory settings, and then reconfigures it all within a matter of minutes. We wanted to make this super intuitive for the user so that they can actually start this process themselves, and so we built this right into Control Center on Apple Vision Pro. You'll see Reset Device is one of the options there. You just select that. The device does its thing for a second, and then it lets the user know, hey, it's safe to set this off to the side, and there will be a chime that lets you know when it's ready for the next person. So a really great way for us to enable use cases like that Porsche and many others where you want to have your customer involved in the experience as well. All right, that's Apple Vision Pro. Let's turn to iPhone and iPad. Hopefully, many of you are carrying one of these devices with you here today. If so, thank you very much. But we just had an awesome release of iPhone 17, iPhone Air, and iPhone 17 Pro. We're super excited about what this year is going to bring. And I want to talk in this case about declarative device management, really the backbone of our device management protocol these days. So in previous years, you've heard me say things like DDM is the future, and I can tell you that that's no longer the case because DDM is now just the present. And across software updates, app management, configuration, device status, DDM is really across the entire protocol. If you have wanted to really easily update a device, or an app, I should say, that's locked in single app mode, maybe you've wanted to pin a specific app to a version, no matter what available update was on the store. If you wanted to tell all of your fleet to update to a certain OS version in a specific number of days, or you want to extend device attestation to third-party apps, all of that is possible today, and all of that is possible with DDM. So I encourage you to be adopting all of this as quickly as you can if you're not already. Of course, and I'm almost obligated to show a slide like this, as you all probably know, but there's so much more in this set of releases from iOS, iPadOS, visionOS, watchOS, tvOS, and macOS 26. But that's what the rest of the week is for, and many of you have probably already learned a lot about this over the summer anyway. So with that, I will turn it over to Linn, the CIO at Jamf, to tell you what's next. Thank you all very much.
Hello, Jamf Nation. I'm so glad to be back here with you again at JNUC on this stage. So we just heard from Jeremy, thank you very much, and we heard about Apple's latest announcements pointing to a really exciting future, and we're going to continue that momentum and share even more with you today. And we're going to start with Declarative Device Management. MDM has served us really well as the backbone of Apple device management for years. But it's time for the next era of managing and securing devices that's modern, secure, and scalable. Traditional MDM tells a device what to do, but DDM truly tells a device what to be. It defines that end state for that device, and the device then works autonomously to maintain that state and really self-corrects itself should it fall out of compliance. DDM automates the enforcements of policies and lays the groundwork for a more secure and manageable future of fewer scripts, fewer manual interventions, and a system that scales with your organization. But what does that truly mean for you and your organization and your Apple environment powered by Jamf? Over the past few years, we at Jamf have been focused on building a really flexible architecture to allow for us to be more agile, to deliver more to you in a quicker fashion. Last year at JNUC in Nashville on this very stage, we introduced Blueprints, an Apple-first solution powered by DDM, giving you easy-to-use workflows across Mac and mobile. But Blueprints aren't just a feature. They are a new way of working that's intuitive and scalable. It's a supercharged approach to managing device settings, commands, and app installations, all in a declarative manner. And with this new framework, Jamf is able to deliver support for Apple's new features same day, every day. Many of you have already adopted blueprints, and others have told us that you need more. We've heard you, and we have been hard at work building what you've asked for. We're really excited about how far blueprints have come and what we have on the horizon, from profile migration to assets, predicates to sites and location support, all with the goal of helping you harness the power of blueprints in your own environments. And in the past year, we have added 12 declarations and 34 configuration profiles and enabled key feature support for this year's Beta OS versions just a few weeks after Apple's Worldwide Developer Conference. And we have even more declarations and profiles coming soon. The agility of blueprints in DDM is very powerful. An example that I can give to all of you, and one that we all know in IT very well, is software updates. Keeping software up to date has real challenges as you balance security with the user experience. We can't just push updates whenever we want. Traditional methods are to schedule and push updates. And every time there's an update, it requires configuration, scripting, you define the target devices, you create the groups, you schedule the updates for the groups, and you do it again and again. That really just doesn't scale. Apple has embraced the challenge with declarations to schedule enforcement, dates, and updates, and allows a device to autonomously enforce those updates, leveraging native Apple notifications that inform the users as the updates complete. Since we are in lockstep with Apple, Jamf is embracing that challenge as well. So let's make this real and see how it actually works. I'd like to welcome Misha from our consulting engineering team to the stage to help me show you how it's done. All right, Misha, let's go ahead and log into Jamf account, log out, and then log back in. It's a real demo, so roll with us here, everyone. Okay, we're in. Let's navigate to the app switcher, and we'll head on over to Jamf Pro. And once we're in Jamf Pro here, let's go to Blueprints over on the left-hand nav there. So everyone, at JNUC last year, we showed you how you can get started with Blueprints by either using a predefined Blueprint template, or you can create your own via the Create Blueprint button up in the right-hand corner. In our demo today, we're going to actually update the blueprint that we created together on stage. So Misha, let's go to My Blueprints, and we'll open the existing blueprint called Secure Mac. And in that blueprint, you can see the status of everything across the top. And you can see everything that we've already added there in the Declarations group panel right on the right-hand side. In this case, the blueprint already contains the disk management and the passcode policy configurations. Today, we're going to elevate this blueprint by adding software update settings. So to do this, let's search for the software update settings in the component library on the left side, and then let's click on the component to configure it. The software update settings declaration allows you to define just the overall general behavior of the updates for your end users, such as whether the users can install the updates, how long the OS updates can be deferred for after release, and whether your users can install betas or not. So in terms of our demo, let's keep it pretty simple, and we'll allow for the users to install the update, and they'll get notifications as well. So from here, let's scroll to the bottom of the list. I want to show everyone where you can see the deferral setting. So let's click on that to configure. And this is where you need to go to manage software update deferrals moving forward now, instead of configuration profiles. Let's add our settings and go back to the software update component, where you can schedule and enforce a particular version of the given OS. And while we're here, Misha, let's go ahead and click a new option, allowing the enforcement of the latest OS version. And we'll say it should be about 14 days after the release. And let's also make sure to add an install time as well. So with these options combined, Blueprints will create an automatic upgrade configuration every time Apple releases a new OS. And users will receive the native OS notifications to warn them that the update is coming, or it'll allow them to do it sooner if it fits their schedule. Let's click Add to add the new component to our blueprint. And if you leave this page, you'll see that the changes are saved, but things aren't deployed yet. So let's go back to the blueprint, and whenever we're ready, Misha, let's go ahead and click Deploy. And just like that, the updated declarations are sent to all scoped apps, in this case, preparing all the devices for future OS updates. Thank you, Misha. And that, Jamf Nation, is what we call the set it and forget it software update workflow via Blueprints. It really does shift the burden from you, the admin, to the systems. You define the behavior once, and Blueprints does the rest. No more constant checking, scripting, and redoing the process over and over again. So if you're interested, I do encourage you to sign up for the Set It and Forget It Software Updates beta in the Expo Hall or through account.jamf.com. So blueprints aren't just a key pillar in how Jamf is managing Macs, but it's also helping organizations scale mobile management, whether it's growing iPhone usage in a business or scaling iPad usage in education through Jamf School. We're really excited for how Blueprints and DDM are transforming Apple device management, bringing automation and time back to you and your teams. So make sure you check out both the commercial and education State of the Unions later today on this stage, and join any of the dedicated sessions that we have this week to learn more about how Blueprints can help you truly harness the power of DDM. So let's talk a little bit about Platform SSO. Jeremy mentioned it earlier as well. As we zoom out, the impact of DDM isn't just limited to Blueprints. It's also about the entire device lifecycle. From the start, DDM is transforming how devices are provisioned, secured, and kept aligned with your organizations. Apple's Platform SSO truly has come a long way on a long journey to optimize the authentication experience on the Mac, starting with synchronizing local passwords with Cloud IDP accounts, then extending that single sign-on for authentication to all of your applications. The latest enhancement delivers Platform SSO right out of the box, with delivery of identity workflows before the user ever even gets the desktop. We're delighted to team up with all of our identity providers to make this happen as part of same-day support for macOS 26. All you have to do is create a pre-stage enrollment for your Macs that includes the bundle ID of your SSO provider and scope the profile so the extensions can connect to your IDP. It will then be delivered as part of Setup Assistant, ensuring registration with the IDP takes place as the user is getting created. When combined with Jamf's Network Relay, using Apple's attested device identifiers, you really do get the ultimate trusted access enrollment experience. Secured communication at the time of enrollment, both device and user registration, local password sync with your cloud identity, and finally, single sign-on to organizational resources. We're really excited about the advances to both user and device identity at setup, helping you get your users connected to resources as quickly and as seamlessly as possible. So we know you're really excited about Platform SSO, and we have a few dedicated resources on this as well this week that we hope you'll join. And that, Jamf Nation, really is the power of tying DDM, provisioning, identity, and Jamf automation into a lifecycle that is simple, secure, and seamless. Okay, so everything that we've talked about so far is designed to make the device experience simpler for IT and seamless for the end user. But that's just one aspect of delivering a secure Apple experience to your organization. The next is intelligence. Flexibility, automation, and intelligent tools are really just table stakes these days with keeping up with the pace. And this is where AI truly transforms the game. AI helps IT and security cut through the noise so that they can focus on higher value delivery. So to tell us more about how we are elevating with AI here at Jamf, I'm so pleased to introduce Senior Vice President Akash Kamath to the stage. Akash, come on out.
Thanks, Linn, and hello, Jamf Nation. I'm so happy to be back on the JNUC stage to talk about how far we've come with AI at Jamf. Here's the reality for IT and InfoSec teams. Time is everything, and you never have enough of it. I'm sure many of you can relate. You are constantly juggling updates, tickets, compliance checks, and the list keeps growing. As Linn said, you need to be able to cut through the noise. You need to be able to focus on higher-level work. In other words, you need to elevate. 2 years ago at JNUC in Austin, ChatGPT was taking the world by storm. At that time, we recognized an opportunity to make our tools more intuitive and flatten the learning curve. We put forward our hypothesis of how AI should work in Apple Enterprise Management. Your feedback back to us was clear and direct. You told us precisely what questions you wanted answered and what problems you needed solving. Above all, you emphasized that control was paramount. You needed to decide how and when to enable these features, and we baked that into our product right from day one. Last year in Nashville, we brought the AI Assistant to the stage. Intelligent, natural language support across Jamf Pro and beyond. For IT admins, this automation was transformative. Whether you're wrestling with patch management, tracking update compliance across your fleet, the AI Assistant became your force multiplier. Earlier this year, we added 2 powerful tools to AI Assistant, the Explain and Search tool. The Explain tool does far more than decode configurations. It troubleshoots complex scripts and policies, reverse engineers intent from your legacy setups, and can even generate documentation for your existing environment. Ask it to debug why a policy keeps failing, understand what a predecessor script actually does, or document your smart group logic for the next admin who might inherit your setup. Let's look at the search tool next. The search tool transforms inventory analysis. Forget tedious clicking and manual query building. Now you can ask complex questions like, show me the 5 most popular IDEs in the engineering department, or which Macs in finance have Chrome versions with critical vulnerabilities. This tool can write sophisticated queries on the fly, turning what used to take 20 minutes of clicking and query building into one simple conversational ask. Looks like Cursor and PyCharm are our most popular IDEs. As more organizations approve of the AI Assistant, engagement keeps climbing. The admins using it keep coming back repeatedly. Average conversations last at least 4 turns. This is real work solving real problems, not one-off queries. Our in-product feedback shows more than 99% is positive. So thank you, Jamf Nation, for putting the AI Assistant through its paces. Your feedback is important. We read every word of it, and it's directly shaping this capability. So let's shift now to InfoSec. Security teams face an avalanche of alerts. The challenge isn't just detection anymore. It's rapid and accurate triage. Understanding what truly matters and responding immediately can make all the difference. Later this year, AI Assistant will extend the same intelligence to Jamf Protect, analyzing telemetry, connecting events, and explaining not only what happened, but why it matters and what steps you should take, all in plain language. Because let's face it, not all of us speak fluent MITRE ATT&CK or memorize CVE databases. Now let's look at the AI Assistant in action in Jamf Protect. So here's a scenario that our Jamf Threat Labs team has observed in the wild. A time-stomping alert has fired. Now, time-stomping is a technique where the timestamp of a file is modified to match an older legitimate file. It's a technique we have seen threat actors like North Korea use to evade detection. The alert simply tells us that the timestamp alert has fired. Is it a real threat, or is it a false positive? Let's ask the AI Assistant to investigate this. The AI Assistant will immediately give us a concise summary, a risk assessment, and suggested actions, including an automated preliminary investigation into the telemetry. Here you see it at work. Now, the macOS telemetry captures every process that launches on the machine. It's a fire hose of rich information that can provide crucial context, but can be overwhelming to analyze manually. So here, we are going to ask the AI Assistant to do that for us. You will see that the AI Assistant connects all the dots, builds a timeline of events, and reveals that this is not just time-stomping. It's an active info stealer exfiltrating your clipboard data. The assistant will propose immediate action from a predetermined set of response options that we have carefully guardrailed. So here you will see the AI identifies the context, which processes to kill, which daemons to remove, which files to quarantine, but the actual remediation scripts are generated programmatically from tested templates at Jamf. You will then be redirected to the policy logs within Jamf Pro to look at the remediation. The key thing to note here is nothing can execute without the admin's explicit approval. This human-in-the-loop design ensures that the admin always stays in control, while still getting the benefits of AI-powered analysis. So to recap, what you saw here was you got an ambiguous alert in Protect. You used the AI Assistant to understand what it meant and what to do about it. You accepted the recommended actions, and then you monitored the remediation in Jamf Pro. Everyone stayed informed, the audit trail is complete, and it was all within your Jamf environment. But there's more. We're not just stopping at product features with AI. We believe that AI accelerates everything we do at Jamf to deliver more value to you faster. Our engineers are using AI for rapid code iterations and test automation, meaning features can ship to you faster. Support teams are using AI-powered knowledge bases so that they can resolve your issues faster. We are using AI ops to detect anomaly alerts so that our cloud infrastructure stays resilient and always available for you. We are even experimenting with autonomous AI agents that can fix code bugs at night to be ready for review by an engineer the next morning. Every efficiency we gain with AI translates directly to better products, faster updates, and more responsive support for you. Visit the AI booth in the expo hall to experience these tools for yourself, or enable single sign-on in Jamf account to get started in your own environment. We also have a number of dedicated sessions this week for you to learn more. Whether you're troubleshooting devices, decoding security alerts, or navigating complex policies, the AI assistant eliminates friction and accelerates resolution. The future of Jamf is fast, intelligent, and secure. This is enterprise AI done right. So let's recap. Blueprints gave you the ability to standardize and scale. AI gave you the ability to adapt and respond. But to deliver maximum impact, you need to be able to connect with the rest of your ecosystem. And that's where you need APIs. And that's where we are headed next. Please give a warm welcome to my colleague, Senior Vice President of Engineering, Mike Campen.
Thank you, Akash, and hello, Jamf Nation. It is fantastic to be here. Modern business runs on a complex mix of specialized tools that all need to work together. In a world where efficiency, flexibility, and customization are required, APIs are not just a technical feature. They are a growth engine that unlocks integration, automation, and innovation. With the right APIs, your tech stack can adapt, scale, and evolve, meeting the ever-changing needs of your business. Now, at Jamf, our API ecosystem is already thriving. More than 500 technology partners, ranging from AWS, Microsoft, and Google, to smaller industry-specific tools, are building with us. Nearly a third of our customers are actively integrating with our APIs. And in fact, last year, we handled over 34 billion API requests. I'm sure many of you in this audience will have built your own custom tools and perhaps even shared them with the broader community via the Jamf marketplace. We see strong demand for our APIs, and that demand is only going to grow. You consistently ask for the building blocks to automate, extend, and innovate across your Apple environment. You're already part of this API-powered ecosystem, and now we are doubling down with the launch of our platform APIs, giving you a unified, predictable way to build across the entire Jamf platform, enabling you to go further than ever before, whether you're building a quick custom workflow or a large-scale enterprise solution. Let's break down what this means for each of you. For developers, the platform APIs will provide a consistent, intuitive experience. There's no need to juggle different API styles or different versions of documentation. With the platform APIs, everything works the same, which means faster onboarding, fewer bugs, and building with confidence. For IT and security teams, the platform APIs will help eliminate manual repetitive work and open up new possibilities for automation, making it easier than ever to build custom solutions that unlock real business value. And for our valued tech partners, the platform APIs will form the foundation for deeper integration by accelerating the development of connectors, simplifying deployment, and exposing the full breadth of our platform capabilities. They'll enable you to build even more powerful solutions that leverage Jamf. Now, for everyone using the platform APIs, the modern developer experience makes it quick and easy to get started. And to demonstrate this, I'd like to invite Dan, Senior Consulting Engineer, to join me. And we're going to do something a little different. We're going to do some live vibe coding. Oh. Okay, right, so our goal today is to leverage one of the most important new platform APIs called the Device Inventory API to build a simple device health report that will be delivered via Jamf. we have already set up a basic Slack bot named Dexter. Should we show the code? Now, Dexter doesn't do much at the moment other than say hello, but we're going to change this. Dan, please navigate to developer.jamf.com. This is our developer portal, the place to get started when building on Jamf. In the new platform API section, you'll find full API specs, quick start recipes, and for those who choose to, even a guide to building with AI on Jamf. Now, we're going to be using Claude Code today, but of course, you can select any of the popular AI development tools if you wish. OK, Dan, time to move across to Jamf account. Now, in Jamf account, in the new API client section, which you'll find in the left-hand nav, you find centralized access and permissions management for APIs. Now, this is all built on our new API gateway and the OAuth 2 client credentials workflow, which means strong security and a smooth developer experience. To avoid sharing the credentials on the screen for today's demo, we've already created our client credentials and loaded them into our project. OK, Dan, now's the time. I think we're ready for our vibe coding. Please, can you use Claude to update Dex to fetch information from the device inventory API and use it to display a simple device health report which highlights battery health and security alert issues. Now, whilst Dan gets to work, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the device inventory API. The design is based on specific feedback we heard from our customers asking us to make it easier to work with device metadata from across the platform. Before now, working with information like that would require making multiple separate requests to different product-centric APIs, each with their own device identifiers and data structures. The device inventory API removes this complexity by providing a single, consistent set of endpoints, allowing you to work with metadata from across both security and management capabilities. OK, we get thumbs up. Yes? OK, right, fine. So, Dan, please can you please can you restart the Slackbot? And then navigate back to Slack. Should be fine. If you navigate back to Slack now, and oh, there we go. Perfect. We're just going to roll with this because it's almost there. OK. There we go. Right, let's navigate back to Slack, Dan. You can tell this is live. This is the real deal. And let's ask for our latest device health report. And we'll give it another heart-stopping moment just to spin up as we wait for the various things to get going. And there we go. Fantastic, Dan. Woo! Yes. OK, right. So the use case there was relatively simple. But the developer experience you saw is the perfect springboard for your own ideas. And to that end, we have other new APIs for you to build on too. Among them are APIs for two of our most important new platform capabilities. First, blueprints. Now, the new Blueprints API makes automating device configuration easier than ever, and of course now comes with the power of Declarative Device Management. You can create blueprints, add components, including custom declarations, scope and deploy and track installation status, all via straightforward API requests. Second, compliance benchmarks. Now, compliance benchmarks is our new streamlined workflow for configuring and enforcing compliance standards across your device fleet. Just like blueprints, compliance benchmarks is now fully API configurable, and with the new compliance benchmarks reporting API, your compliance data can flow into your existing third-party security and risk tools like SIMs or governance platforms, giving you a complete integrated view of device compliance across your fleet. Taken together, these two APIs, along with the inventory API that we just showed earlier, form the foundation of our new long-term platform API strategy. And here's the roadmap that shows exactly where we're headed. It's a roadmap that, over time, will unify all of our APIs and expand coverage across the entire platform. You can start small, but you will soon be building big in areas such as device lifecycle, security and risk, zero trust, and digital experience. Now, you might be asking, well, this is great, but what about our existing product-centric APIs? Well, the good news is we're continuing to support them, and we will be bringing them into the same modern developer experience, meaning they will also benefit from the stronger security and the centralized API client management. But make no mistake, the future is our platform APIs, and we couldn't be more committed to making this journey together a success. Okay, I've talked a lot about APIs so far, but it's important to remember that APIs aren't the only way to tap into the value of the Jamf platform. Our mission is to meet our customers wherever they are. Every customer is unique, but in this regard, we have one goal, which is to enable you to do your best work in the way that you work best. Now, we're going to bring this to life with a second live demo. Yep. Dan, please can you open up Blueprints and navigate to the blueprint that Linn was working with earlier on. For those of you who choose to work in our web consoles, we are committed to building a best-in-class user experience. Our new UIs streamline workflows and are easy to use, while still giving advanced users the depth and control they need to go further. Dan, please can you now open up the AI Assistant and use it to check for any conflicts between this blueprint and existing MDM configuration profiles. AI is reshaping enterprise IT, and for those of you who would rather interact with Jamf via the AI prompt, we have that covered too. Our new AI assistant is gaining new skills all the time, and as Akash shared earlier, we could not be more excited about our roadmap ahead. Oh, Dan, there's a mistake in the description up there. Dan, please can you use a bash script and our APIs to correct the date in the description to bring it to this year. For those of you looking to work with Jamf at a deeper level, you can turn to our APIs. As I shared earlier, the API strategy is expanding fast with new endpoints and capabilities coming online all the time. Good work, Dan. So there you have it, UI, AI, API, three powerful ways to bring Jamf's Apple first, Apple best capabilities into your business. But we're not stopping there. We know many of our customers are looking to take configuration of the Jamf platform to the next level with infrastructure as code. And I'm excited today to announce a fourth way to work with the Jamf platform, the new Jamf platform Terraform provider, the first Jamf maintained solution for infrastructure as code. Now, infrastructure as code, otherwise known as GitOps, means managing your IT systems the same way that developers manage their code. Instead of manually configuring Jamf through a UI with infrastructure as code, configuration is stored in a version control system, such as Git. So let's go back to the live demo. Dan, please can you open up the Git instance that we're going to use today, which is hosted on GitHub, and check for any pending configuration updates, otherwise known as pull requests. Oh, look, so Misha has submitted a configuration update. It looks like it's for a new blueprint. Dan, can you review it? And provided you're happy with it, can you approve it? Approved updates are applied automatically to the Jamf platform via our APIs. This end-to-end workflow ensures that operations are highly consistent, testable, and controlled, even at enterprise scale. Okay, Dan, so you should be able to now navigate back to Pro and check for the new blueprint that you just approved. We'll give it one more go. There we go. Thank you very much. Now, so it's important at this moment that we acknowledge the community because there are already great third-party infrastructure as code solutions available for Jamf, and they will continue to play a vital role. What we are announcing today complements those existing solutions while filling a key gap, a Jamf-maintained infrastructure as code solution for our new platform capabilities. Right, Dan, thank you very much for your help with the live demos. That was awesome. Okay, so there we have it. UI, AI, API, and now infrastructure as code. Whichever you prefer, however you work best, Jamf has got you covered. And increasingly at the heart of all four are our new APIs. They underpin our new UIs, our new AI Assistant tooling, and the new infrastructure as code provider. And excitingly, these same APIs are going to be available to you to automate, extend, and innovate in your environment in ways that are unique to you. Whether you are solving a specific challenge or you're building the next big idea in IT and security, Jamf is the platform for you. If you'd like to learn more, please come and visit us at the API booth in the Expo area. We, of course, also have plenty of infrastructure as code and API sessions. You can find them in the app by using the filter. Otherwise, keep building. We cannot wait to see what you build next. Thank you very much. And on that, I will hand over to Sam Johnson.
Well, Jamf Nation, throughout this presentation, we've talked about elevating together and about bringing Apple management and security to new heights. And today, we made that climb. And I don't know about you, but I'm feeling it right now. These Jamf Nation vibes are Rocky Mountain high. That's right. John Denver would be proud. And he should be. I mean, we've gone all the way from this modern management using blueprints with declarative device management to seamless end-user experiences with identity at its center. This is giving you more granular control. It's giving your end users more power than ever before. We also showed you how the AI assistant can help you work smarter, not harder, by simplifying the complex, by automating the tedious. And the best part is, it's got all the data from your inventory to use as business intelligence so that you're making better decisions at every turn in your journey. And of course, we expanded the Jamf API ecosystem, which is now a unified platform powerhouse that's making it easier than ever for you and your teams, even your partners, to integrate Jamf right into the core of your workflows and your external systems. Now, all this, Everything that we've done today has been done with one purpose in mind: to give you the tools and the flexibility and the intelligence to deliver the best Apple experiences possible at scale. But sometimes that's a story that's best told by you. I mean, all of you are the ones that are using Jamf every single day to solve problems and to innovate and to elevate your organizations. So let's hear from one of you. And accordingly, please join me in welcoming to the JNUC stage Rob Barlo from Tapestry. Welcome, Rob, and thank you so much for joining us here today. First and foremost, Tapestry might not be a household name with a lot of the audience, but I guarantee that your brands are. Tell us a little bit more about the company.
Certainly. Tapestry operates in the luxury goods space. We own Coach, Kate Spade. You've probably seen our handbags, accessories, ready-to-wear, shoes. Very popular, mostly with significant others, but there are some menswear too.
Yes, definitely. And Coach is so popular, it's not only known by its name, it's known by just the letter C in a lot of situations as well, right?
Our signature C is iconic.
All right, yes. So tell us a little bit more about your Jamf situation. How long have you been using Jamf, and tell us more about the deployment.
Tapestry's been using Jamf since 2010, so we've been there for the growth through all the iterations. We manage our macOS fleet, as well as some shared device mode mobility use cases as well.
Excellent. So 2010, you're going to know what I mean when I say the word Casper Suite. Then.
Correct. Not the ghost, but the suite.
Nice. Yeah, it's like a secret handshake, I feel like now. Okay. Well, a lot's changed since the Casper Suite, right? We've announced a lot of new capabilities even today. What of the new stuff are you using at Tapestry, and how's it helping the organization?
I mean, it's releasing a lot of the pressure. We're able to automate a lot more, implementing such as blueprints instead of having to maintain legacy config profiles. We've moved from compliance editor to compliance benchmarks. Looks like we've got a lot of work to do with platform APIs coming as well.
Definitely. And so for blueprints specifically, are there any blueprints that you're using that you're getting a lot of leverage out of right now?
Certainly. Declarative Device Management software updates. It's taken a lot of load off, chasing down users. Third-party tools that we've had to implement, we've been able to pull back and just let Jamf do the management of it.
Great. And probably like most of the folks in the audience today, Apple's not the only platform at Tapestry. You worked in a mixed environment. So how do you think about the integration of the Jamf stack into your larger tech space?
It's great. We layer on a lot of the Jamf tools. So we have partner teams that we have to work collaboratively with between cybersecurity, network tools, et cetera. And we get to layer on our Jamf tooling on top of their tooling. So they're experts in their space and their tooling. They're certified, trained. Our team gets to focus on the Jamf training, Jamf tooling. And again, we get to send all of our data to them. So it's the best of both worlds.
Kind of gives everybody their own pane of glass, right? Like they talk a lot about single pane of glass, but it really depends on what you're doing as a function for which pane of glass you're using.
Correct, and that's a pretty common cybersecurity modium is, I want my one pane of glass to see everything, and we're able to give them that with Jamf without having to retool.
Excellent. And diving maybe a little bit deeper into that security space, how are you using Jamf today to look at things like vulnerability management, for example?
So we have a pretty modern, mature vulnerability management space at Tapestry. We have a lot of third-party tooling just looking at that. And leveraging Jamf, between Jamf app installers, declarative device management, blueprints, our Apple fleet is usually a quarter, if not more, of our risk score of our Windows devices. So it's a significant reduction. It's something our leadership likes to see regularly and to have more confidence in our Apple devices, specifically our Jamf managed ones.
A quarter better than the Windows. Just it's not a competition, obviously, but being more secure by 25% usually makes a difference with InfoSec.
It is, and the great thing with Jamf is it's built into the platform. We don't have to go procure third-party tools like we do for our other platforms. Again, app installers is there, provided. So it's Declarative Device Management, along with a bunch of other tools that you can use to help patch faster.
Absolutely. So we've talked a lot about the Mac so far. How about on the mobile fleet side? Are you using Jamf to manage and secure any workflows on mobile?
We are. We recently did an entire launch that started as kind of a skunkworks project for our fulfillment centers. We're leveraging Jamf Setup, Reset, and we're getting ready to start rolling out Mobile Assist for distribution centers where they no longer have to have a dedicated device model. It's 24/7 operations, and they can hand off an iPad between each shift worker and get full compliance, SSO integration, and again, all the vulnerability management pieces with app installers and everything else that keeps it up to date.
Outstanding. Well, I think that about covers it. Any future plans that you've got at Tapestry?
We're really heavily leaning into Jamf routines. It's kind of complementing our DEX offerings for our users, allowing us to automate a lot of notifications, some more polished informational welcome emails, things like that. Some of the pain points that people have with zero-touch deployments, turning on screen recording, things like that, we can guide the user through autonomously when their device instantly enrolls.
Well, I asked about the blueprints. Any routines that you want to call out?
We use the trigger of Smart Group membership join and leave a lot to trigger other flows and extend Jamf into our Microsoft environment. Using routines and teams specifically, we can then make changes on entry groups for the user or the device, and hopefully some new device lifecycle workflows with that.
Well, that is a perfect segue. Learn more about Rob is doing past, present, and future in a session that's coming up Wednesday at 1:45. It's called Have Your Cake and Eat It Too, which is maximizing the Jamf platform with your Microsoft licensing. Any sneak peeks you want to give the audience on that one?
We're going to teach you how to leverage both platforms with your built-in licensing, so it's free.
Nothing better than free. All right. Well, thank you, Rob.
Thank you.
Again.
Thanks, sir.
Appreciate it. Nothing better than free. Great results using great technology. But Jamf is so much more than just the technology. It's about this community. It's each and every one of you in the room right now, as well as the over 150,000 of you around the world that make up Jamf Nation. And it's so amazing to see the interaction that happens between everybody on a daily basis online. But we have to make sure to just cherish these moments that we have in person as well. Now, that's not just today. It's not just this week. It's all year round. And we remain committed to helping you do that as well. And that's why we've helped you host 54 user groups in 13 different countries already this year. A great example of one of these user groups is the Jamf Mac Admin user group in Tokyo, Japan. And I had the privilege of attending one of their meetups earlier this year in Tokyo, and I gotta tell you, I've never wished that I've had the live translation feature of the new AirPods more in my life. I didn't understand a word that they were saying. But in some ways, that made it even better because I could just feel the connection and the engagement and the learning and the sharing that was happening with everyone that was there. And while we're on the topic, I just want to give a special shout out to Takumi Nakanishi, who not only made it to JNUC here in Denver from Tokyo, not only is one of the co-founders of the Jamf Mac Admin user group, JMUG for short, in Tokyo, but also just today was inducted into the Jamf Nation Hall of Fame. Give it up for Takumi, everyone. You're looking good in that gold hoodie, man. I like it. So please be on the lookout for one of these user groups coming to your area. Also be on the lookout for one of the Jamf Nation live events that come into your area as well. We've been doing these for quite some time internationally. We just started doing them last year in the US. They were a huge success. We're going to do it again next year. This is a great way to stay connected in between JNUCs. But this is JNUC. This is the main event. This is base camp for everything that we want to do. So make sure to get the most out of it. Attend as many sessions as you can. Go to the expo hall and visit our sponsors. Turn on single sign-on and Jamf account. Try your hand at some next-gen AI. Dabble in blueprints. Throw a dash of Jamf API in there. I don't know if we're going to have enough time. But for goodness sakes, and most importantly, connect with one another as much as possible. Because there is no community in technology that's better than Jamf Nation. And what we do here this week will pave the road for where we go in the future. Thank you so much for everything that you do, Jamf Nation. The summit is yours to reach, and I'm going to pass it back to John to wrap us up.
All right, well, I'm really excited to hear all the feedback that we'll get from you all, both from what you heard today and what you're going to hear for the rest of the week. But while this week is just the beginning of your climb, the journey continues. And I can't wait to get everybody back together again next year to see how far that you've all come. Which brings us to the moment you've all been waiting for, the announcement, next year's JNUC. So mark your calendars, is going to be held in Kansas City, Missouri, September 23rd through the 25th. Yeah. And I don't know how many of you have been to Kansas City, but it has some of the best barbecue on the planet. So we are going to enjoy some of that next year together. Now, before you go on to your next thing, I just want to reiterate and reemphasize that the real power of Jamf is not just in the platform. It's in the people. So we're going to continue to make the tools, and you all keep climbing higher, and together we're going to keep making Apple and the enterprise the gold standard for productivity, security, and user experience. So thank you for trusting Jamf. Thank you for doing everything that you do to help organizations succeed with Apple. And thank you to our partners, especially our premier partners, Chrome Enterprise, Gilead, One Global. Thank you to all of our partners and sponsors that help make JNUC possible. We really appreciate you. Now let's go have an incredible JNUC week, and let's elevate the possibilities.